This is my note card. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nigel McGhee, and I'm a senior at North Panola High School. So at some point in our lives, we've all had that one person who is just our inspiration or our comfort. My tribute may in fact be kind of cliche or even expected, or maybe even worn out. But there has been no one that has been a greater inspiration to me than my mother. In my tribute, I'll just be giving small kind of details as to show why she is my inspiration. I couldn't tell everything she's done in my life, of course, because I'd be talking until my mouth fell off. But a couple of examples and reasons as to why is because she is selfless, she's genuine, and she gives great advice. My mother, in my eyes, is selflessness personified. And I don't say that just because I'm doing the video on the tribute to her. I say that because I honestly believe it. My mother is one of those people that will do her best for you and honestly not expect anything in return. And an example of this is that we've been going to my church for around 5 years, and for 4 of those years she's been cleaning our church every other week, and she has never asked for any form of compensation. And every other day my mother takes my grandmother to work, and oftentimes she's the one to pick her up from work. And when she picks her up, she always takes her to the store or somewhere just to get her some excitement and a little joy. And she doesn't have to do this. And my mother will never boast about these things or tell anyone, and that makes her a special person to me. My mother is also a genuine person. And I know this may sound like something off a fairy tale, but my mother truly is honest to a fault. What she says is how she feels, and she won't change her mind when you turn your back. And if she agrees with you, you will know. If she disagrees, you'll know that too. A short story is that before I was born, they told my mother that one of her children weren't going to make it, and they advised her to kill it. And they told her that if it did survive, that life would be so bad that she would have wished that she killed it. But long story short, my mother didn't do it. And 20 years fast forward, that girl is now my older sister, and my mother has been taking care of her ever since. And I truly cannot see my life without her. My mother is also my go-to person for advice. If anything is happening in my life or something's going wrong, she is definitely the person I'm going to go to. And not because I think that she knows everything, but because she knows that she doesn't know everything. She tells me about things that she's done in the past and her mistakes that she's made, and allows me to make a decision based on that. And that just using herself as an example and telling me where she went wrong takes a lot of courage, and that builds her character, in my opinion. These feats that I described in my mother are what make her such a special person to me, and my tribute was all in honor of her. She almost always puts herself last. She is a very truthful person, and she is an extremely knowledgeable person, and I will never take her for granted. And for those of you with that special inspiration still in your lives, cherish them and always let them know how much you appreciate them. Thank you.